You guys ready? All right. Welcome, everybody, to the June 11th, 2024 Lawrence City Commission meeting. And with that, I will go ahead and start us off with our item A, executive session.
I move to recess into executive session for approximately 30 minutes to discuss employer-employee negotiations pursuant to the employer-employee negotiations exception as set forth in KSA 75-4319B3. The justification for the executive session is to keep employer-employee negotiation matters confidential at this time. The City Commission will resume its regular meeting in the City Commission room at approximately 5:31 after the executive session is concluded.
Second that motion.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. That is 4 approved, 1 absent. See you at 5:31 or 5:45. 5:31? Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, well, we are back from executive session and have nothing to report. Meeting will commence again.
That's me, sorry.
Oh, that was you? Okay. Recommence at 5:45 PM.
All right.
All right?
Try to turn my video off.
Okay, everyone. Welcome back to the June 11th, 2024 Lawrence City Commission meeting. And I will start us off with, or reconvene with item B, approve the agenda. I'm sorry. First, I'll have Sherry go ahead and read the rundown. Sorry. I apologize.
Thank you, Mayor, and good evening, everyone. To minimize distractions during the meeting, please silence your cell phones. If you are attending virtually, please ensure you are muted and your video is off when you are not actively participating in the meeting. The city reserves the right to turn videos off or mute participants. When the mayor calls for public comment, please approach the podium to indicate you wish to speak. Virtual participants should use the raise hand function to indicate they wish to speak. Please leave your virtual hand raised until you are called on. The primary format for accessing or participating in this meeting is in person at City Hall. Virtual access to view or participate in the meeting cannot be guaranteed. The chat function will not be monitored. If you have any trouble, the meeting can be viewed on the city's YouTube channel and cable channel 25. Please state your name and zip code before speaking, and all comments will be limited to 3 minutes. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Sherry. Sorry about that. And now I'll have us go to item B, approve the agenda. The City Commission reserves the right to amend, supplement, or reorder the agenda during the meeting. And with that, I'd entertain a motion.
Move to approve the agenda?
Second.
All right, for first and second, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
It's approved 4-0 with 1 absent. Okay, moving us on to item C, recognition, proclamation, and presentation. The first one up, proclaim June 15th, 2024 as Lawrence Juneteenth celebration. And looks like we have Dawn Downing here to go ahead and speak to that.
You can raise that up.
You can raise that up.
No,
There's
The what sign?
oh, sorry. We can move the whole,
The whole desk. Thank you. That's good. Good afternoon, Mayor Littlejohn and members of the commission. My name is Dawn Downing, and I'm with the Lawrence, Kansas Juneteenth organization, and I'm here along with other members of the organization to express our appreciation for your support of Juneteenth and our annual event. Every year is getting bigger and better, and we're very excited and looking forward to this year's event. In addition to the parade, there'll be live music, food and craft vendors, information resources for families. We're also doing an underground railroad tour. There's a community blood drive, a kids area, and also community awards that we're going to give out to recognize individuals in the community. So again, we're very excited and looking forward to this event. We just want to invite everyone to come out and help celebrate and support Juneteenth this year. Thank you.
Thank you. Whereas Juneteenth is the oldest known celebration of ending slavery, dating back to June 19th, 1865, the day on which Union soldiers landed at Galveston, Texas, with news that the war had ended and that all slaves were now free, even though President Lincoln had signed the Emancipation Proclamation 2.5 years earlier. And whereas Juneteenth has become a tradition of celebrations that began following the reading of the proclamation by General Gordon Granger in 1865, that has lasted over 150 years and is today hosted in cities across America, featuring rich traditions including celebrations in the form of festivals, parades, and oral histories, also known as Freedom Day, has continued to be a highly revered event across the country as a time honoring one another and the memory of all those who endured slavery and especially those who moved on from slavery to freedom. And whereas Juneteenth allows people of all races, nationalities, and religions in cities across the country to join hands and acknowledge a period in our history that shaped and continues to influence our society today. And whereas Juneteenth today celebrates African American freedom while also encouraging self-development and respect for all cultures. And whereas Lawrence and Douglas County will commemorate Juneteenth with several events on June 15th 2024. Now, therefore, I, Bart Littlejohn, Mayor of the City of Lawrence, Kansas, do hereby proclaim June 15th, 2024 as Lawrence Juneteenth celebration, and call upon all residents, government agencies, public and private institutions, businesses, and schools to commit to our community to increase awareness and understanding of our shared history and how it shapes our lives today. Okay. Our next proclamation is proclaim the month of June 2024 as LGBTQIA plus Pride Month. And I believe Cody Murray would be here to speak to that.
Hello, hello. It's nice seeing familiar faces again this year. My name is Cody Murray. My pronouns are he, him, and I am the director of Lawrence Pride. I would like to say thank you to the Lawrence City Commission for the June Pride Month proclamation today. As I'm sure you all know, we had our annual Lawrence Pride Parade and Festival on June 1st, and it was the largest Pride event yet in our town. This year, we received a lot of positive feedback on our expanded kids and family area and the special guests we brought in, Lady Shug and Land O'Lakes, a pair of two-spirit Indigenous performers. Throughout the month of June, many other organizations, venues, performers, and individuals will continue the celebration of Pride across our city. We're honored to be the caretakers of the festival that kicks off Pride Month for Lawrence. Public recognition like this one still matters, particularly when we continue to face legislation attacks both in Kansas and in other states across the nation. SB 233, a bill targeting health care for trans youth, was narrowly defeated this year. All queer people, but especially trans folk, have faced repeated attacks in the last several years on both our rights and our right to exist. Thanks to the groups like the Trans Lawrence Coalition, the ACLU, Loud Light, Equality Kansas, and many others, at least some of the legislative attempts to erase our existence have been successfully defeated in the last 2 years. The death of Next Benedict earlier this year in neighboring Oklahoma sent shockwaves through queer communities across America as a reminder of the violence, stigma, and difficulties that trans youth especially face. While much of the work that we do focuses on creating spaces of joy for our community, fundamentally that work is about creating a community that can care and protect one another by strengthening our bonds. We keep queer kids and adults alive by making sure that they have spaces where they can be themselves and know that they are loved. Lawrence isn't perfect, but it has repeatedly embraced our and others' missions to create that kind of community. It has been 55 years since the Stonewall Uprising, and while life has greatly improved for LGBTQ+ people across our nation, we still have many fights ahead of us. It matters that our city acknowledges both our existence in that fight and in the joy and in the celebrating of that joy. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Whereas the month of June holds historical significance rooted in the Stonewall Inn riot of 1969, often recognized as the catalyst for the modern American LGBTQIA+ liberation movement, and whereas individually and collectively members of Lawrence and Douglas County's LGBTQIA+ community contribute greatly to the neighborhood revitalization, economic vitality, arts and culture, and social fabric of our city, county, state, and country. And whereas LGBTQIA+ pride is defined as the positive stance against discrimination and violence towards lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and or LGBTQIA+ individuals to promote their self-determination, personal identity, and equal rights, as well as increase in visibility as a community and celebrate sexual diversity and gender variance. And whereas Lawrence and Douglas County pride itself on inclusiveness as one of the first counties in the region to have a domestic partner registry and protect its residents from discrimination and harassment based on actual and perceived race, color, sex, religion, disability, age, marital status, place of birth, families with children, sexual orientation or national origin, and we are committed to continuing social progress and cause of human rights, celebrating the great diversity of our community. And whereas the City of Lawrence remains committed to protecting the civil rights of all members of the LGBTQ LGBTQIA+ community. Now, therefore, I, Bart Littlejohn, Mayor of the City of Lawrence, Kansas, do hereby proclaim June 2024 as LGBTQIA+ Pride Month, and in the City of Lawrence encourage all residents to join in ending prejudice everywhere it may exist, respect the rights of all people, and celebrate the diversity and richness of our city and country. All right, before we go to consent, I'll just allow folks that want to go ahead and exit or would like to exit and not stay for the entire meeting to go ahead and do so. You're more than welcome to, but I'll give you this opportunity. Okay, I'll get us started with our next item. Item D, the consent agenda. Items on the consent agenda are considered under one motion and approved by one motion. Members of the governing body may remove items for separate discussion if desired. Members of the public may remove items identified as quasi-judicial for separate discussion if desired. Members of the public will be limited to 3 minutes for comments. Would any of the commissioners like to pull any items?
No, Mayor.
Nope.
Not seeing any. I would entertain a motion then.
Move to approve the consent agenda?
Second.
I have a first and a second. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. I have 4 approved, 1 absent. Okay. Moving us on to item F, commission items. Any commission items?
Nope.
Not seeing any. Okay. Moving us on to item G, city manager's report.
Thank you, Mayor. The only 2 items that are before you tonight are the upcoming items, future agenda items, and also we're notifying you about the upcoming items that may require ex parte disclosure. To
Okay.
answer any questions.
Any questions for the city manager? No. Not seeing any. And since this is a public comment item, open up public comment here in the room. Not seeing any.
No.
No, this is just for the city manager's report. Sherry, any public comment regarding the city manager's report on Zoom?
No, Mayor.
Okay. Go ahead and bring us back. All right. Item H, commission calendar. Anything anybody needs to know of?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll bring us back. And before I get to public comment, I would like to say that thank you, everyone. That concludes tonight's live broadcast portion of our meeting. And I will move us on to item J, general public comment. The public is allowed to speak on issues or items that are not scheduled for discussion on the agenda. Comments should be limited to issues or items germane to the business of the governing body. The commission will not discuss